Hi, this is Steve Ando, Olympic gold medal coach, and this is video 1 in a series of 5 videos on defense for beginners. Now, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm an Olympic gold medal coach, coached the Australian women in 2000 to a gold medal. Also in 1996, we got a bronze medal in Atlanta. I've coached professional athletes for over 20 plus years, and we're named Team of the Decade by the international governing body from years 1990 to 2000. I want to show you some of the systems that we use to get our results, and right now I want to go through the defense. So come on out to the courts. I've got Dylan and Eddie here helping out. Now, coaches, I'm going to show you the process that I use when I'm working with new people who are working with volleyball. You can do this yourself if you're a player. So the first thing I do is ask the athlete to find a defensive position. So I'm going to ask Eddie. Eddie, stand in the place you would to play defense on a cross-court hit from Dylan. Okay, now Eddie played 15 years on the AVP. He's actually in pretty great position. Most people, however, because they learn to play with the block, they normally stand more toward the center of the court. So I'm going to ask Eddie to move over. Yeah, and just one more step there. Now, people go to this position because they're used to playing with the block. But remember, in the old days, they didn't use the block. So we used to split the court in half, and that's what I'm going to do right now. When the court's split in half, the blocker is technically doing the same job as the person who's standing down on the court. But when you're standing back there by yourself, it feels like you have to defend the whole court. That's not true. Butch May, who's one of my mentors, father of Misty May, told me a long time ago, you have to take and give for defense. And I turned that into you have to systematically take away the hitter's options from strongest to weakest. So you just got to go stand where the hit's going to be, and then you use your footwork to get to the shots. So standing in the middle of the court is not where the hit's going to be. If your blocker's blocking line, the hit's going over the cross. So we're going to draw a line straight down the middle of the court right now. So Eddie, if you don't mind helping me here. Get to the center. Draw a line straight down the middle. Great. Then I ask the same question. So if you get an athlete and you ask them to go stand in defensive position and they stand too close to the center, draw a line down the middle of the court and then ask the same question a little bit different. So Eddie, now stand in your half of the court to take away most of the angles from the cross-court hitter. There you go. And right away, they'll move more over toward the side and they'll actually come down a little bit. Now we got to start doing the math, because defense is all about the math, because it always starts with positioning. Now, this is the way I like to do it. So I've got a guy here. He's out here standing. Oh, also, Eddie, if you can go back to where you started. Normally what we'll do, Dylan, you mind throwing Eddie a ball? Just catch this ball and put that right between your feet. So I have the athletes put the ball between their feet, and then I ask them to take up the new position. So go to the new position. And you throw them another ball in, Joe? Great. Take that and put it between your feet. That way, they can actually see the difference between their court position. Because in your mind, you always feel like you're doing the right thing. Sometimes you feel you're doing the wrong thing. There's nothing like seeing it. And this is a process. This isn't just information and facts. This is giving them the opportunity to see what they really think, the job that they're really thinking that they're doing. And when they see the ball on the ground and they see where they are now, they really get it. I'm out of position. Yeah? So you know to take those balls off the court? Great. Now, the theory here, as I said before, was take and give. And it's systematically taking away the options from strongest to weakest. So here's the question. If you're standing down here in really good defensive position and your partner's blocking line, how many balls can you dig out of 10 if someone's hitting the ball cross court? Eddie, how many balls can you dig out of 10 if the guys hit the ball cross court? 6 out of 10, yeah? So that's your first priority. You have to stand there and say, if you're gonna hit the ball, you have to hit me. And I'm not even looking for a shot until I know that I'm digging at least 6 out of every 10 hits. Now, if they show you some signal, like a little pokey, or they turn their hand up, or they slow down in their approach, now you know it's a shot. So now all you got to do is figure out what's their next best or favorite shot, because you're prioritizing them. You can't take it all at once. You systematically, one at a time, take away their options from strongest to weakest. So Eddie, what are we taking? Line or cross?
Now,
What's their favorite shot? Which ball are we gonna take?
I'm gonna take the line.
Okay, so line's the shot. So here's the question. If you're standing there and you're committed to digging 6 out of 10 balls before you even look for a shot, and I show you a shot signal, how many balls on the line can you dig out of 10?
3.
Okay, now we're not thinking about the cut, we're only thinking hard driven or line. So how many do you think you can dig if you don't even worry about the cut? How many do you think you can dig?
7, 6 or 7.
You see how the answers change? This is a process. It's not a right or wrong thing. You actually have to work with them, talk them through the process. And what I did there was I reminded him, we're not trying to take everything on the court. We're systematically taking away the option from strongest to weakest. So the first shot he's going to look for is a line. Now here's the third question. This finishes it up. So if you're taking 6 or 7, 10 out of 10 hits, and you're taking 6, 7 shots out of 10 over here, how many cut shots can you get out of 4?
I know your name. 1.
You hear what he said? 1. Now here's the magic of this whole system. We're not being greedy. We're not trying to take the whole thing. He said he can get 6 out of 10 hard-driven balls, and I believe him. 6 out of 10 line shots if he doesn't look for the cut. And 1 out of 4, because nobody goes 10, 10, 10. They have their favorites. You just have to figure out which one it is. But look at those numbers. If he can get that number from 1 to 2 out of 4, that's over 50%. That's more than every other ball that comes across the net he's digging. And that gives you a real certainty and peace of mind. It also gives you a system to work with. So remember the system. You systematically take away the options from strongest to weakest. The theory is take and give, not take everything. Yeah, and give doesn't mean don't try. Give means you put it lower down on the priority list because they're not going to pick it anyway. Yeah, and if they do, it's not that great of a shot. Okay, so this is the theory for defense. This is the first video in the series of 5 for defense. Go to Beach Volleyball Drills for beginners.com. You can get the whole series of 5 there. You got great stuff. It's really going to help your defense. This is Steve Ando. Enjoy the game.